All right, hey everybody, welcome to Trending. Today is Friday, June 10th. It's almost 10 o'clock, and we're in a different spot today.
We sure are, man.
Joe, where are we today?
We're at Aroma Coffee House, and we're excited to be here. This is like the maiden voyage of maybe many trending episodes.
It could be.
Who knows? You
Yeah.
know, it could just happen.
So if you haven't heard yet, so Aroma is the coffee shop that is kind of a ministry. It's a partner of ours at Ridge Point. They're just down the street. They're 21st and Ridge in the Reflection Plaza area. And it looks awesome in here. The team who has done a lot of work on this, they've been working like day and night to get this thing ready to go. It looks great in here. They're having some they're doing some barista training this week and kind of getting things ready to go. They've got their officially branded cups. They got a delicious beverage right here.
Cheers.
We are very excited about Aroma, just down the street from Ridge Point, so it's going to be awesome. I'm really excited about it. And thank you to the Aroma team for letting us be here today.
Yeah.
And before we get to today's topics, Joe, we actually have something kind of fun we get to share with people.
That's right.
At Aroma.
Right.
So the official opening date is coming soon. You'll be hearing more about that in the next few days and weeks. But we have a special treat, like literally just for Trending fans.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy that we get to be the ones that kind of break some news.
Yeah,
so
man.
Just for you guys watching Trending, you are actually invited to come to Aroma starting this upcoming Monday.
Okay.
So Monday, starting at 6, they're open 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And so they're doing like a soft opening type thing just for Trending people,
Yeah, man.
which is a great, like this is the first like real benefit to watching the show.
Yeah. Are you gonna be here?
Yeah, I would love to come.
I'm gonna be here at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock on Monday?
Let's do it, man.
Okay.
I'll be here at
All
6
right.
o'clock on Monday. So if you come at like right at 6 o'clock when they crack over the door, I'll be here.
Okay, well, I'm not sure if I can promise 6 o'clock, but I'll do my best to be here sometime on that day.
All right.
But I think it's cool that we get to, like, this is just for Trending people. I love it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So thanks to the Aroma team for letting us do this, first of all. And if you're watching today, thanks for watching. And you're invited to be one of the first people to check this place out. So,
Right. Like on Twitter, they have like meetups, right? They like tweet up or whatever. Like this
Yeah.
is gonna be I don't know, trend up. I have no idea. I can't make that up on the fly.
Okay.
So, yeah. Anyways.
but please come. And so Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., come check out Aroma. The team's doing great. They've got all kinds of great beverages behind us. We'd love to have you come check it out and see what this thing is all about. So,
Absolutely.
okay, well, that's the big news. Come
Okay.
to Aroma. It's great in here.
Yes.
But we're going to do our normal shtick of taking the day's top 5 topics on Google and Twitter. We'll just talk about them for a few minutes. So,
Right.
off the top of the bat, just to be honest, like the biggest news today is all the January 6th stuff that happened last night. There's a big deal. There's another shooting, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of kind of heavy news. If you want to kind of search yourself, there's a lot going on. We're at Aroma. It's Friday. I wanted to keep things just light.
All right.
There's enough negativity in the world. Let's just talk about some silly, goofy things that you and I like to talk about. And there's a lot going on in the world that you're welcome to research on your own if you'd like to.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
to kick things off, actually the number one topic this morning, our friend Britney Spears is trending this morning.
No way.
So do you know why Britney's trending
I have
today?
no idea. You're gonna have to enlighten me on this.
Okay, so she actually got married yesterday.
Hey, congrats, Brittany. We know that you tune into trending a lot.
Britney's
so.
a big trending fan. I'm sure she'll be at Aroma at 6 a.m. on Monday morning. Start that rumor right here.
You gotta be careful with that, man.
So Britney, she had this whole conservatorship that was a big deal for many years,
Right.
and soon after that ended, she's been with this same guy for a few years now. So once her conservatorship ended, they got engaged. They announced that they were pregnant. Unfortunately, she had a miscarriage.
Oh, okay.
So that was some news a while back. But they're married. They got married yesterday. I feel like there can't be a Britney Spears wedding without a little bit of news or interesting twists and turns.
Right.
So actually, her ex-husband showed up at the wedding uninvited, and I guess there's a little bit of drama between them.
Yes.
So anyway, there has to be some kind of buzzworthy story for a Britney Spears.
We're talking
wedding, but-
K-Fed?
No, the other one. I think I can't even remember his name. Sam, I think it was maybe Sam.
Okay, wow.
So anyway, congratulations to Britney Spears.
All right.
Okay, next up, I want to have you kind of educate us a little bit. There's a new golf tournament.
Oh, yes.
The LIV, the LIV, the 54.
That's right.
However you say it, this new golf tournament. There's a couple things going on today. So tell us what you know about the new golf tournament.
Right, so there's like now a new rival golf tour out there. It's called the LIV or the LIV. It's Roman numeral 54 because unlike the PGA Tour, which has 72 holes, this one only has 54, which is the Roman numeral LIV's 54. Started by Greg Norman, the Shock, as they used to call him back in the day. And it's been controversial because they've been trying to woo current PGA players, and this is the first time really in the PGA's history they've had to deal with a competitor.
Yeah.
So you know how like some of these like startup football leagues happen and they kind of fizzle and they go away. Like,
right.
They don't seem to be a big deal. Well, this seems to be like a legitimate threat. There's a ton of money behind it, like $2 billion by Saudis in it.
There's like a Saudi prince who's like giving up some of his fortune for this golf
I
tournament.
know.
Like, this seems like one of those Mad Libs.
I know.
It just
Yes.
a Saudi prince starts a golf tournament and Phil Mickelson's in trouble.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so continue.
And so there's all this controversy because everybody's kind of wondering what the PGA Tour is going to do because they're like luring these like pro players, great pro players, ones that are kind of mainstays on the PGA. And so I guess the PGA, the last that I heard, and it could change, maybe it has changed since this recording, but they were going to suspend these guys 3 months if they played in this tournament coming up. But there's a lot of perks to the LIV, or the LIV Golf Tour. For number one, like everybody gets paid. There's no cut. So what in the PGA right now, there tends to be a cut of the field 2 days after the tournament starts, and so if you don't make the cut, you're probably not going to get paid. It's kind of like the payout structure is like really heavy at the top, minimal at the bottom. But there's going to actually be 4 teams. They're going to play like a team-based approach. It's a serpentine draft. So these 4 captains pick players one after another, and it's a shotgun start. Meaning they kind of all start at different holes, and so like you could be done with your round in like 2.5, 3 hours, and then you can go home. Like it's not going to be an all day long thing. It's almost contrarian. It's almost like the PGA does this, we're going to do the exact opposite. And instead of it like being a laughable thing, like it's a legit threat. And so we'll see where it goes from here. But some of these guys are making a ton of money. So like everybody's going to get paid. So even like the lower run guys in the tour are going to be paid. But they're paying like Dustin Johnson like a ton of money just to show up. Like if he does well or not, doesn't matter. Like just to be there and to have his star power draw some other golfers to it. It's so like to use the words of J-Rock hip hop artists, like these guys are getting shaded under a money tree. Like this is going to be a big deal.
Okay.
So like we'll see how it goes. They have like I think 8 rounds of a season coming up. So people are saying, is it going to last all 8 tournaments? I don't see why not. There's more than enough money. I mean, so we'll see how it goes. But I think it's going to be fun to watch. It'll be a new way to watch golf. And so we'll see how it all pans out. But I think some people are pretty excited.
It seems like all these sports are trying to find ways to make things like new, faster. Especially like baseball is doing some kind of similar things. And it's kind of interesting. I guess China has like a huge NBA market, right? So there's always talks about maybe the NBA branching off, or every once in a while, an NBA player will go to Germany or somewhere because they offer way more money. So it's kind of interesting to see the worldwide sports market broadening, specifically for U.S. athletes, and how that'll all shape out. So. And
there's definitely some tension because dealing with the Saudis is not a popular thing. But the U.S. government condemns the Saudis, but we still deal with them. And so that's one of the things. One of the wrinkles is, I think some of the golfers on the tour came out when Khashoggi, the reporter, was killed by the Saudi family, saying like they were against it, they wanted to protest, but now they're going to be like getting paid by these people, and so this is going to be an interesting ordeal. It'll be fun to watch as a sports fanatic.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that.
So. All right.
Okay, here's a fun one. I want to get your take on something. So, Jimmy Fallon's / the New York Rangers.
Yes.
Have you seen this story going around this morning?
Not a ton. I should have. It's a hockey story. But
okay. So Jimmy Fallon attended the game, the New York Rangers game last night, and they put him on the jumbotron, and he just does a classic Jimmy Fallon. He kind of just freaks out and just soaks up the camera. He's eating a hot dog. He dumps it in his beverage. Kind of like the whole hot dog eating style. So he's on camera for a few seconds, but he downs a whole hot dog and tries to chug his adult beverage while on screen. And it's
barley-based, not bean-based beverage.
Yes, right, exactly. Not served at Aroma. But anyway, so it's just kind of a funny, really short clip of Jimmy Fallon just going crazy on the jumbotron. So have you ever been on a jumbotron, Joe?
I have. It's just been recently. Ezra, my son, does a really good job drawing the camera's attention to him. Like he'll make a sign or he'll get up and dance, and the camera just loves Ezra Skillen.
Nice.
And so I think we were at a Thunder game, a hockey game in town, and then we went to the Wind Surge last week, and he was on there for a moment. I think during the national anthem, they were kind of panning the crowd, and he was there. But the kid, like he's pretty shy, but like he draws the camera. Like it's kind of a fun thing. So anyways, I think I have like a picture of him at the Thunder game because I actually caught it because I knew it was going to happen. And so if I find it, I'll go ahead and put it on here. But
Okay.
like, it's just a, kind of a thing. How about you? Have you been on?
One time, so I went to a Rockies game in Colorado with some friends when I lived there.
Yeah.
We were very briefly on the jumbotron. So.
Nice.
So if you find yourself on the jumbotron, do you have a go? Like, are you gonna do the Jimmy Fallon stuff a hot dog in your mouth? Do you have a go-to dance? What's the Joe Skillen moment? Like, you got your 15 seconds of fame. What are you gonna do with it?
Oh man, so I don't. I think if I had a beverage and a dog, I would do it just because it would be like, this is what Fallon did, right?
Yeah.
And I admire Fallon. I think he's great. I don't think I would dance on camera. I think I would just do like the Pat Skillen smile. It's just squinting and smiling real big, like a real cheese ball or a cheese bag, whatever.
Yeah.
And, like that's what I would do. So how about you? Like,
Nice.
what would you do? Like if you knew it was coming?
I don't know. I'd probably just panic, and I don't know what I would do. I don't have a good answer. I might try the Jimmy Fallon thing next time if that ever comes.
Here, I will make this promise to you.
Okay.
The next time I'm on a jumbotron,
Okay.
I'm gonna tear off my shirt and like wing it around like that.
Okay. Well, it's on the internet, so now you have to do it.
Yeah, I guess so. Ginger's holding her head in shame.
I would love to see that happen.
That might be grounds for some discipline at work. I have no idea, but it'd be a fun time. So good for Jimmy Fallon, man. The guy never lets being a celebrity get to his head. Like he's absolutely a real dude in my mind.
Yeah, I watched it just a little bit last night. I love Jimmy Fallon. So it was a fun time.
Yes.
Okay, I've got a couple more. They're all just kind of funny, just kind of big picture, silly pop culture things. So let's start with this. So Jurassic World, the new Jurassic World movie came out last night.
Okay.
Are you a big Jurassic Park guy?
No, I think I've watched the 1 and 2, and that's it. Like it wasn't my deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is your family a movie theater family? Do you guys go to the theater very often?
We haven't very much. I mean, with COVID and stuff going around, we tended to go to like the Star Wars movies.
Okay.
Or like some of the bigger ones where like the special effects, the big screen would be fun, but usually we're just kind of watching at home at Amazon. So, but it sounds like you guys go, or like you like to go.
We do the Marvel movies. That's pretty much it. And Tilly and I used to go to a bunch of movies pre-kids, but I feel like kids just complicates everything.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
Tilly's a big Jurassic Park fan, so we'll probably end up seeing Jurassic World. But
All right.
So like I mentioned, there's just a lot of just kind of surfacey pop culture things today. I'm trying to pull a little bit of depth out of something.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So here's my attempt to try to get some depth, maybe some spiritual insight from you.
Because it hasn't happened yet. We haven't fulfilled that quota.
And Jurassic Park's the closest we're going to get.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, okay, here's my question for you.
All right,
So Jurassic Park came out. Top Gun is the top movie in America.
Right.
We got Marvel. We got Star Wars. Yesterday, the news dropped that there's going to be a new DC movie, Black Adam, starring The Rock.
Oh, wow.
So there was a preview of that movie that came out. So anyway, there's all of these big stories that keep coming back, right? What is the, why do we like these kind of stories that we already know so much about? Why do these well-known stories keep coming out and about? Do you have any insight? Why do you think, are we drawn to things we already are comfortable with? Or are we drawn to familiar things? Or especially in this time of culture, everything's a remake, everything's about IP, intellectual property.
Yes.
Why do you think that is in today's culture?
Yeah, I think that our brains, they crave stasis. Stasis being like kind of keeping things as they are. I think we all aggressively resist change. I think some people have a better temperament for change. I think it was it Mark Twain who said like everybody cries through a change, everybody hates change or cries through change, even the baby who's getting like the diaper change. I don't know, something like that. I totally butchered that quotation. But I just think that we do, like when in times of uncertainty, we try to, either it's nostalgia or it's comfort or it's just trying to make it through the day with all the turbulent things. Like we try to find something a bit more predictable. I think we're seeing that in church trends. We may have talked about this before, but whenever you and I were coming out of high school, out of college, it really looked like the church trend was away from tradition and just all contemporary, like just all in on the contemporary services, dark rooms, loud music, fog and haze, all that stuff. Remove any of the heavy theological words like atonement, crosses really aren't in the room anymore. And we thought it was just going to go further into that because technology speeds things up. We just thought the stained glass was going to be totally out of style. But millennials I guess you would call yourself a millennial. You're kind of in that stripe, maybe in the older millennial part of the. Anyways, millennials have moved a lot in their life, and because of that, there is this sense of craving something that's older than the T-shirt that they're wearing, and so we do see this. It's almost like instead of a bell curve, it's a well curve. Church liturgy is getting contemporary and ancient at the same time, like it's pushing in those directions. So that's why like blended services just really don't last. It's because it's not enough of contemporized something, and it's not enough old and liturgical. People are craving one or the other. So we see that. So in the Old Testament period, we know that like 587, 586 BC, the Babylonian Empire comes and takes Judah and Israel away out of the country, and they get to return about 70 years later, and they get a temple again. They kind of settle in their towns again. They build houses. They build the wall. We see in Ezra and Nehemiah. But also they First and Second Chronicles are kind of a product of this rethinking who we are and where we've been and where we're going to go. So if you actually compare First and Second Kings to First and Second Chronicles, you will see like some of the stories that are similar. They're also kind of different at the same time. So like the newer community is telling the older stories. They're telling the situation like, let's resituate ourselves back into this story. The story's not over. It's still got juice and life in it. But let's go take a look at it again in order for us to go forward. So maybe that's what's happening in our culture too. There's been a shakenness. We've had turbulent political period, pandemic that swept the globe. You know, a lot of things have upended everyone. And so perhaps those in Hollywood, and this is a time to seize upon this natural impulse for people to crave stasis again. And so that's why these old stories are back to tell a new story with some of the old characters.
Yeah.
So,
interesting. Hey, way to go.
And when I tried.
Way to pull Nehemiah out of Jurassic World. I like it. Only you could do that, Joe Scully.
Nah.
That's good. Okay, there's a lot. I have several more. I'll leave you with one more just juicy thing.
All right.
So yesterday, or early this morning sometime, Beyonce.
What? The Queen
Bee.
Yeah.
She took off her profile picture off of all of socials.
Okay.
So people are saying maybe that has a hint that new album's coming. There's some kind of Queen Bee announcement upon us.
Yeah.
So if you're a Beyonce fan, today might be a big day. Or maybe not. Maybe she's, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
But people notice when big, huge stars like that do anything. All of her profile pictures are gone. Something's cooking in Beyonce land.
All right, so if you had to take your guess, what is it? I mean, shot in the dark. Dart throw.
I mean, a new single's most likely. Some people are saying maybe she has some kind of new fashion thing she's going to debut.
Okay.
I don't know. Not sure.
Okay.
But there's something's cooking in from Beyonce, so we'll see.
All right. Well, we're breaking the news wide open right here.
Breaking news.
Yes.
Maybe she'll show up with Britney Spears on Monday morning here at Aroma.
Did you know how wicked that would be, man? That would be so crazy.
I'm not saying she is. I'm not saying she isn't.
That's right.
We'll just see. We have to just see what the world brings us.
That would be an epic opening day for
be.
any business.
It would be.
if that lineup was there. Wow. Imagine it.
Imagine it. Okay, well, we got a few more, but I think we've gone long enough today. So thank
Sounds
you,
good.
Joe, for your insight. Thank
thanks,
you
man.
for watching. Thank you to the Aroma team for hosting us.
Yes.
We invite you to come Monday morning.
Yeah, I'll be here 6 o'clock, close to thereabouts. So if you want to join me here, I might just buy you a coffee. Who knows?
There you go. I won't be here at 6 a.m. probably, but come see Joe. Maybe I'll be here eventually, but come support Aroma.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
This place is going to be great, and especially as they're kind of working through training and stuff, we want to help them with getting some test drinks made and all that kind of stuff. We want to be really supportive of this awesome new ministry. So have a great weekend. Hopefully see you at Ridgepoint on Sunday, and then we'll see you at Aroma next week sometime.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, have a good weekend.
See you next time.